Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Joe Tyrrell.
And my name is Cameron Smith, and welcome to the 2022 GP Blog End of Season Awards.
2022 might not have quite lived up to the drama of 2021, but it certainly provided thrills, spills, and a whole lot of action.
A new era, but the same champion this time, in dominant fashion. However, we'll be celebrating every dramatic overtake, every heartbreak, and of course, the performances of the 22 drivers who have taken to the track this year.
So without further ado, this is the 2022 GP Blog End of Season Awards. Underrated Driver of the Season. Last year, Lewis and Max took the sport to a whole new level, and in 2022, Max went one further, breaking all sorts of records and storming to a second title. However, the Underrated Driver of the Season award goes to an unsung hero who couldn't grab the headlines because of a certain someone's dominance.
Your nominees for the Underrated Driver of the Season are Valtteri Bottas. Bottas' early season form was impressive after the disappointing but inevitable exit from Mercedes, and it proved vital as it helped Alfa Romeo secure P6 in the Constructors Championship. Sergio Perez. In a world dominated by Max Verstappen, it's often easy to forget he exists, but wins in Monaco and Singapore, as well as calling out his teammate, sees him make our list. Esteban Ocon. The Frenchman will have a new teammate to beat next year in Pierre Gasly, but he dispatched Fernando Alonso in the inter-team battle, albeit with a bit of luck.
And the Underrated Driver of the Season is Esteban Ocon. Although Alonso had a fair bit of bad luck throughout 2022, Ocon still managed to see off the two-time world champion, who is considered to be one of the best to ever do it in Formula 1. Lando Norris may have won the title of best of the rest, but Ocon was still mightily impressive this year. Individual Performance of the Season.
Our second award recognises an individual performance that stood out from the rest. It could be one you didn't see coming, or one so dominant it just needed highlighting. And don't forget to let us know who you choose for each of these awards in the comments section down below.
The first nominee for Individual Performance of the Season is George Russell at Interlagos. A challenging year for the Silver Arrows, but George Russell made sure they didn't go without, with an unusually emphatic performance in Brazil. His teammate won the award last year. Can he repeat it? Sergio Perez in Monaco. There may have been questions around his crash and quali, but he led from pole and won for Red Bull in the Principality. We won't listen to his teammate. And last but not least is Charles Leclerc in Austria. On away turf at a Red Bull stronghold, no problem for Leclerc, simply dominant around the Red Bull ring.
The winner of this award is George Russell at Brazil. Without a win all year, Mercedes turned up at Interlagos with a B in their bonnet, and Russell stormed to victory in both the sprint race and Sunday's Grand Prix. Couple that with a second place for Lewis Hamilton, and it gave the Silver Arrows something to shout about in a difficult 2022 season for them. Race of the Season.
Our next award isn't actually given to a driver, but rather a race. It's our Race of the Season award. 2021 was nearly impossible to shortlist, but 22 had some humdingers, and these were our favourite races of the year. The three nominees are
the Bahrain Grand Prix, a bizarre and incredible way to open the season. Double retirement for the Red Bulls and a Ferrari one too. We all thought it was the start of a revolution, and Formula 1 was back. What a feeling. The British Grand Prix. Well, is it a surprise that Silverstone delivered? Of course not. Carlos Sainz's maiden F1 win, Hamilton, Leclerc and Perez going at it in an incredible finale, all after a dramatic crash off the line. The Brazilian Grand Prix. Mercedes were back and at their brilliant best. Verstappen and Red Bull were bickering, and who doesn't love Interlagos?
And the winner of the Race of the Season is the British Grand Prix. Silverstone delivered an absolute stormer of a race for the second year in a row, with a late safety car ensuring the top 6 or 7 were all within metres of one another, and it sealed a first ever F1 win for Carlos Sainz. Heartbreak of the season.
The Formula 1 season isn't all sun and rainbows, there are some low points as well. This is a chance to reflect on some of the heartbreaks of the season. The nominees for Heartbreak of the Season are
Lewis Hamilton at the US Grand Prix, on course for his first F1 victory of the season, cruelly but comfortably snatched away by the Flying Dutchman in the closing stages. The fans at the Mexican Grand Prix, they all seem to love it at Mexico City, but it truly was the worst race of the season. Max Verstappen in Monaco qualifying, on for a truly ridiculous lap, only for his teammate to bin it and spoil the party. Our heart bleeds for you, Mr. Verstappen.
And the winner, or technically the loser of the Heartbreak of the Season is Lewis Hamilton at the US Grand Prix. Without a win all season and time running out for victory, Hamilton was leading the way going into the closing stages. But as had been the case for the whole year, the superior Red Bull cruised past, and it never looked like Max would fail to pass the Silver Arrow. It was simply inevitable. Gutting for the Brit, whose wait for victory would extend into next year. Moment of the Season.
Our next award is for the moment of the season, and in a season full of incredible races, daring overtakes and dramatic crashes, it has been hard to pick one moment in particular. However, that's what we've done, and these are your nominees.
The three-way battle for P2 at Silverstone. A stunning battle, and one made all the more special by the fact it was at Silverstone. The three drivers going hammer and tongue for P2, not even the race win. Red Bull's reliability in Bahrain. An incredible moment in the closing stages of the opening race. Red Bull probably won't agree, but seeing their hopes go up in smoke provided great drama, and for a while they were bottom of the standings. And our third nominee is Sebastian Vettel's farewell at Abu Dhabi. For the second year in a row, Abu Dhabi makes the list, but this time for completely different reasons. If you say you didn't shed a tear when Vettel was doing donuts and giving his final words as an F1 driver, you are simply lying.
And the award for the GP blog moment of the season goes to Sebastian Vettel's Abu Dhabi farewell. Sentiment may have played its part when going against pure racing moments, but who doesn't love seeing a four-time world champion do donuts under the Abu Dhabi lights? A fitting farewell for a legend of the sport. This one was pulling on our heartstrings. Danke, Seb.
Our penultimate award is the second ever Michael Massey of the year, and the nominees are
Max Verstappen for his behaviour in Brazil. Everyone at the Japanese Grand Prix trying to work out if Max had won the title. Nicholas Latifi all season.
And the winner of the second ever Michael Massey of the year is everyone trying to work out if Max had won the title at the Japanese Grand Prix. A slightly embarrassing moment and fitting for this year's Michael Massey Award. For a sport built on its professionalism and a world championship the pinnacle for any F1 driver, for the winner to be told he hadn't won it and then had won it, only to lose it again before finally being crowned, was another embarrassing moment at a humiliating weekend for F1 in Japan.
And now it's time for our final award.
Across the grid, several drivers have had incredible seasons. Some have had small wins and others meteoric victories, but only one can be crowned the prestigious GP Blog Driver of the Season. And so, your nominees are
Max Verstappen, Drivers' Champion for the second year in a row, and this time in ridiculously dominant fashion. His attitude may have not won him many new fans, but his performances on track won him the biggest prize of all, even if it took him a little while to do the maths. Sebastian Vettel, he has enjoyed an illustrious career, and it's fitting he bows out on his own terms. By no means was he bad this year, outperforming his teammate consistently and securing P6 in Baku. Lando Norris. The second year in a row Lando has made our list. Whilst his teammates stunk out almost every track we raced at in a below par McLaren, Norris ensured McLaren did enough to win 5th in the Constructors Championship.
And your 2022 GP Blog Driver of the Season is Max Verstappen. We could have gone with the sentiment and picked Sebastian Vettel, but the pure ridiculousness of Max Verstappen's achievements simply couldn't be ignored. 15 race wins in a single season is a new record, 6 pole positions and world champion by 146 points. A simply ridiculous season. Although his behaviour in Brazil didn't go down well with supporters, that's the mentality of a world champion. Congratulations Max on an incredible achievement. He is your 2022 GP Blog Driver of the Season.
Well, that concludes our 2022 end of season award ceremony. Well, almost. We want to know your Driver of the Season.
Click the link in the description to vote for your GP Blog Community Driver of the Season, and also head over to the latest episode of The Runoff, where one of us is crowned the Predictor Series champion.
A huge congratulations to all our award winners. You have provided us with another memorable season in a whole new era for motorsport. Thank you to Cam for joining me in hosting today's awards, and thank you to you guys for all your support this season. But from us, have an excellent winter, and we'll see you at testing.